on the floor. I remembered that bit, thank goodness. And everybody needs to tilt their certificate as well because of the shine. But Scott will look after you all and make sure that we get a really nice photograph of you. If you're here as a group, that will happen together. But if you want your own photograph afterwards, Scott's really kindly will stay and take photographs of you with your friends, your family, or other members of your team if you so wish. So that leaves me to introduce our Divisional Commander, Chief Superintendent Loudon, to open and enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody.
So good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out this evening for this really warm and dry evening. But yeah, really grateful for you doing that to support your colleagues. And it's a real pleasure to see so many sort of friends, family, loved ones supporting colleagues here tonight. And of course, those of you online as well. I think that's about 50 odd, which is phenomenal. So please do keep those comments coming in. As the Divisional Commander for West Division, I'm really proud to stand here this evening to recognise the fantastic efforts of our police officers, our police staff, our volunteers, and on this occasion, some members of the public who have stepped up to support their local communities. And you're going to hear some phenomenal work this evening. I think it's fair to say that policing is incredibly rewarding. It's a great, fantastic career, but it's also challenging, and it's getting more and more complex every year that passes, certainly more complex when I first started. And the service does face a huge amount of scrutiny, and in my opinion, mostly unfairly from media, etc. And a lot of the hard work that our officers and staff do is sometimes perhaps not recognised as well as it should be. But I do believe that British policing is still the envy of the world. And from the stories you're going to hear this evening, I think you'll understand why that is definitely still the case. And I go to and talk. Really grateful for the excellent job that you all do. So despite all those challenges I've mentioned, our officers, staff, volunteers come to work day in, day out, determined to make a difference, and that's hunting down outstanding offenders, that's looking after vulnerable victims and keeping our communities safe. And I think that's why tonight really matters. It's an opportunity for us as your senior leadership team to redress the balance and just recognise your dedication, your courage, your selflessness, and the fantastic work that you do day in, day out for little recognition in your day jobs, I'd suggest, from the majority of those that don't understand what you do. So as Ma'am Hall said, this is your evening. Families, friends, feel free to cheer, whoop, make noise. We want it to be a really good event. We've got a couple of other people to introduce you to before we start the event. So I'm going to hand over to Mr. Neame, the High Sheriff, just to explain a little bit about his role, because some of you may not know much about the role of High Sheriff. We're very fortunate to have him here this evening. So, sir, I'll just invite you up.
Assistant Chief Constable, Chief Superintendent, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute privilege to be here this evening. I've attended a number of these occasions during my year. I can say without any hesitation that they are always uplifting, inspiring, and on many cases, humbling occasions. And it's an absolute privilege to be here to recognise and support the immense contribution that all of you make to the people of Kent and to the police force of Kent. As has been mentioned, let me tell you a little bit about the High Sheriff. The role of the High Sheriff actually is the oldest office in the land, amazingly. It goes back to 959, which is way beyond any of us have got a sense of history. And it predates, amazingly, the police force by something like 800 years. It's actually, for most of its time, been the bedrock of the law and order and justice system within this country, originally having the responsibility for all law and order, the courts, the juries, the magistrates, and at a point of extreme unpopularity, raising taxes within each county. If the High Sheriff failed to meet the target that the King set he had to meet it out of his own pocket, which is one of the reasons the High Sheriff only serves for 1 year, because it was a thoroughly unpopular office to take on. Thankfully, these days, statutory bodies, such as the police, have taken on all of those responsibilities, and it is therefore largely a ceremonial role. But I believe it still plays an important role in being able to reward, recognise, support all parts of the justice system, from prisons, probation, police, of course, and indeed many of the charitable organisations that are involved in crime prevention and rehabilitation and victim support. So I'm 9 months into my year, it's going very quickly, and during that time I've conducted something over 200 different engagement and appointments, which gives you an extraordinary privilege to what really goes on in Kent. It also gives you a great opportunity to see how many wonderful people there are, many of whom are in this room today, who do so much to make our community and our society better. We have attended a large number of police events throughout the county at different stations, and a number of award ceremonies and passing out ceremonies during the year. We've heard of amazing and uplifting stories of courage, of compassion, of huge commitment of individuals and collectively to the community. We hear of decisive actions, and we will this evening, I'm sure, decisive actions and cool judgments made under extreme pressure. And what amazes me is the wisdom in which the police and you individually have to balance the needs of the victims, the rights of the offenders, and the safety of all is really quite something that I'd never appreciated before. So I have nothing but praise for the professionalism of the police, for the enthusiasm of you individually and of your teams, of the deep insights that individuals have into each community. Every single street, side street, dwelling, there is an insight about what is likely to be going on in that particular area. But also deep admiration for the sensitivity with which many serious societal issues are confronted. And yet, in spite of all of those challenges, the positive and supportive team culture which exists in this force. It has already been said that it is the case. British policing is the best in the world. And within the world of policing and within British policing, I genuinely believe that Kent policing is the best of the best. So it's great to be here this evening, and I believe I speak on behalf of the overwhelming majority of the people in Kent. It has already been said, who have that silent majority, who have huge respect for this force, who admire everything you do on a daily life to protect the citizens of this county, but probably rarely get the opportunity to see it or say it, and who do have great admiration for all of you who deliver so much for social cohesion and community commitment. So it will be my happy duty to present certificates today and to give this reward and recognition. And I've always found the citations that you are inspiring and uplifting. And I only wish that wider members of the community could also, they would admiration and with gratitude for all that you do on their behalf. So in conclusion, whilst the High Sheriff role today is largely ceremonial and has limited power, it remains a crown appointment appointed by His Majesty King Charles III. And therefore, as I present the certificates today, it will be with great personal pride and on behalf of the people of Kent, and as a crown appointment on behalf of His Majesty the King himself, that I will offer my sincere congratulations and thanks to all that are honoured this evening. Thank you very much.
So, hi, Sheriff, thank you. So we're just going to start the proceedings in a second, play the force video, which will be music to the ears of one of our other guests this evening, as I know he plays it every evening before he goes to bed, and that is, some would say, probably our most important guest, ACC Nigel Brooks. He's my boss, my PDR's due. Mr. Brooks is our Chief Officer in charge of local policing, so he's taken time out of his diary to come here to support us this evening. So, sir, thank you. And I'll just hand over to Dan to play the force video, and we will start the proceedings.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stuart Paul, the District Commander for Maidstone. Hope you're having a good evening tonight, and you're all very welcome. I've got 5 nominations tonight, so when I call your names, if you kindly stand up, and obviously we can all see who you are. So the first Divisional Commander Certificate of Merit is awarded to PC Sam Turner, PC Che King, PC Daniel Carroll, PC Liam Horswell, PC Kieran Kirkby, PC Nicholas Holly, and PC James Sutcliffe. Thank you. And this is to recognise their professionalism, tenacity and dedication to duty. So on Saturday the 4th of October 2025, Kent Police received a report of a sexual assault committed by 3 males in the back of a van. Despite the traumatic circumstances, the victim was able to provide a partial index of the suspect vehicle, the name of one of the suspects, and a video recording capturing all 3 individuals as she exited the van. PCs Turner and Horswell responded to the incident, conducting a series of fast-track actions, including securing the video footage, sharing it with colleagues, and identifying the first names of the remaining suspects. PCs Hunt, Benson and Groves attended the address of the named suspect and effected an arrest. With further support from PSC Beverley, PCs Holly, Lee Aldridge and Sutcliffe, the full index of the suspect vehicle was obtained, which led to an AMPR activation in Ashford. Officers from Tactical Operations successfully intercepted the van and arrested a second suspect, still wearing the same clothing as seen in the footage. Efforts continued to identify the third suspect, and intelligence was conducted by PS Hamer and PSC Beverley using police systems and social media checks, which led to his identification. PCs King, Kirby, Holly and Sutcliffe attended the third suspect's home address and arrested him. Despite the suspect's attempts to conceal his phone and change his clothing, all evidence was successfully secured and recovered. This outstanding result was made possible through the seamless collaboration of multiple departments, demonstrating a shared commitment to supporting victims of serious sexual offences. The outcome reflects the officers' professionalism, dedication and exemplary teamwork to deliver the very best service to victims and maintaining public confidence. Well done. Okay, so the second Divisional Commander's Commendation is awarded to Dr. Christy Idahosa for outstanding. Sorry. This is for outstanding leadership and commitment to strengthening community ties. So this certificate is proudly presented to Dr. Christy Idahosa in recognition of their outstanding contribution to the Maidstone community. Dr. Idahosa founded the Triumph of Grace Christian Community Church in September 2024, and it has swiftly become a cornerstone of local life. From her home to the former NatWest Bank building on Sutton Road, the church has transformed the space into a vibrant and welcoming environment for all. Through its wide-ranging initiatives, including regular tea and coffee mornings, youth engagement activities, a food bank, and clothing support, the church exemplifies compassion and inclusivity. Her commitment to community welfare extends to media outreach via live stream services and podcasts, with plans to launch an FM radio channel to further its reach. With the support of lottery funding, Triumph of Grace has placed a strong emphasis on youth development, recognising children as the future and nurturing them through events such as youthful integration events held on the 12th of April 2025. This event was attended by Maidstone CSU officers, Community Safety Unit officers, and opened by the Mayor of Maidstone, showcased the church's dedication to creating safe, inspiring spaces for young people. Kent Police recognises Triumph of Grace for its unwavering commitment to community spirit and looks forward to continued collaboration, including initiatives aligned with the Violence Against Women and Girls strategy. This outstanding leadership has helped to build confidence between the local community and the police. In appreciation of their inclusive approach, dedication to youth, and tireless efforts to support those in need, Triumph of Grace Community Church stands as a shining example of partnership within Maidstone. Congratulations. This next award is Inspector Wayne Page, PC Adam Childs, PC Paddy Tickner, PC Elliot Purdell, Sergeant Steve Bailey, and DS Emma Allison. Okay, so on the 15th of June 2024, officers responded to a high-risk domestic incident involving a male who had barricaded himself in a confined basement room while armed with a knife and making threats of self-harm. Despite the challenging environment, officers worked collaboratively to contain the scene, maintain communication with the subject, safeguard the victim, and coordinate specialist resources. Negotiators and specialist resources managed the incident with exceptional composure and professionalism, ensuring continued monitoring, evidence capture, and officer welfare. After prolonged and unsuccessful negotiations, a tactical plan was enacted, with officers safely forcing entry. The subject continued to present a threat to himself and officers, and taser was discharged to prevent further harm, allowing him to be safely secured and arrested. The incident was successfully resolved without serious harm to any party, demonstrating outstanding teamwork, decision-making, and commitment to public safety. Throughout this incident, all officers demonstrated exemplary professionalism, calmness, and dedication. Their clear focus on safeguarding the subject, victim, wider public, and each other ensured that every decision that was made was taken with the utmost care. Their swift, strategic, scene management, and ability to maintain visual oversight allow for controlled and proportionate tactics. exhausting all options before dynamic intervention was required. From initial response to the safe conclusion of this incident, their teamwork, sound judgment and measured approach embodied the highest standards of Kent Police, ensuring the incident was resolved without serious injury to anyone. Congratulations. I think we've got a small piece of more things and other things. Annie. Yeah. So the next award is awarded to DC Chloe Chapman, PCSO Caroline Honeysett, and PCSO Lucy Thompson. And this is for their professionalism, tenacity and dedication for duty. This award is in recognition of the outstanding work in bringing swift and effective justice to offenders who deliberately targeted vulnerable elderly victims to commit acquisitive crime. Between the 12th and 15th of November 2025, offenders attended the almshouses and residential homes for elderly people. In one particular distressing case, a 91-year-old victim living alone who suffers with dementia and short-term memory loss was deceived into believing one of the suspects was her carer. This enabled repeated access to her home and the theft of a bank card, which was subsequently used to carry out multiple fraudulent transactions. Through excellent teamwork, intelligence-led policing and proactive investigative work, officers swiftly identified the suspects. The primary offender was arrested near to her home address. Further inquiries identified 2 additional suspects involved in related offences, including the fraudulent purchase of a mobile phone. One suspect was arrested with the stolen property in their possession, while the final suspect, who attempted to evade police, was located and arrested following extensive research and targeted intelligence activity. 2 of the suspects were charged and recalled to prison. The proactive and professional actions of the officers resulted in the recovery of fraudulently obtained items, the reimbursement of the victim's financial loss, and the securing of vital evidence. Most importantly, vulnerable members of the community have been safeguarded and protected from further harm. This is a fantastic piece of operational policing, and all officers involved should be commended for their professionalism, diligence, and unwavering commitment to protecting vulnerable members of the community. Congratulations.
Excellent. I think champions like to come down.
So this Divisional Commander Certificate of Merit is awarded to Sergeant Goodyear, PC Small, PC Blowers, and PC White. This is to recognise their professionalism, tenacity and dedication to duty. So on Thursday the 20th of November 2025, Sergeant Goodyear, PC Small, PC Blowers and PC White from the Maidstone Victim-Based Crime Team dealt with 3 detainees who had been arrested on suspicion of theft from a motor vehicle and catalytic converter thefts from a Maidstone business with an estimated value of £4,000 to £5,000. On initial attendance, there was no trace of the suspects, but some quick time inquiries led officers to intercept the suspect vehicle travelling into Essex where they were detained and arrested. Officers demonstrated strong investigative habits, with PC Small securing the scene, conducting CCTV inquiries, obtaining witness statements, house-to-house and CSI attendance for forensic examination of the damaged vehicles. PC Blowers initiated the case file, coordinated a Section 18 search of the suspects' home addresses, and liaised with the comms intel unit regarding mobile phone downloads. PC White reviewed and completed CCTV into an evidential package for the CPS, while PC Jennings obtained a detailed victim statement outlining the associated costs of the offence and the impact of this crime. Under the direction of Sergeant Goodyear, officers worked tirelessly to secure evidence, prioritise victim care in line with the policing pledge, and interview the suspects. Sergeant Goodyear completed a comprehensive review of the case, confirming all 5 stages of the threshold test were met, and the Crown Prosecution Service authorised 3 charges for theft from motor vehicle, attempted theft from motor vehicle, and going equipped to steal, with all suspects successfully remanded to appear at Magistrates Court. The victim expressed their gratitude and praise for the professionalism and commitment shown by all officers. This outcome reflects the exemplary teamwork, victim-focused service, adherence to investigative standards, professionalism and dedication to delivering and maintaining public confidence. Congratulations.
I think it's fair to say that the team that picked up this job are under significant demand. The amount of work they pick up on a daily basis is phenomenal. So we're going to show a very quick clip of the initial response to the reported crime. Be under no illusion, these individuals being recognised tonight have put the majority of the hard work into this to get the job home. Folks, coming down.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Faulkner. I'm the Detective Chief Inspector for CID on West Division, and I have 5 awards to give out this evening. So I will start from the top. This award is for Detective Sergeant Sarah Russell. Stand up and take the limelight. So, this Divisional Commander's commendation is awarded to Detective Sergeant Sarah Russell for professionalism, tenacity and commitment to staff development, and exceptional service to the buddy scheme. Throughout Sarah's time volunteering with the buddy scheme, she has provided invaluable support to an impressive total of 15 separate individuals, a remarkable achievement that reflects her unwavering commitment to helping others feel welcomed, supported and empowered in their roles. Despite the demands of a busy operational role, DS Russell has consistently gone above and beyond by volunteering her time to support aspiring recruits. Through phone calls, emails, Teams meetings, and face-to-face appointments, she has offered guidance with professionalism, compassion, and a genuine desire to help others succeed. DS Russell's contribution is driven by empathy and lived experience that speaks volumes about her character. Buddy scheme is a vital part of our recruitment journey, and it simply could not function without the goodwill and commitment of volunteers like Sarah. By supporting candidates at the very start of their policing journey, she is helping to shape the future of our organisation. DS Russell's reassurance and encouragement make a meaningful difference, ensuring that no one feels alone as they navigate the process. Congratulations, Sarah. Stay standing, Alex, because the next award is for Detective Constable Alex Bagnall. I think I just saw you headbutt your partner there as you were saying. Draw attention to that. But so this Divisional Commander's commendation is awarded to DC Alex Bagnall for professionalism and dedication to duty. On Tuesday, the 16th of December 2025, DC Bagnall was on duty and travelling along Glebe Way in Maidstone, en route to Sevenoaks Magistrate Court for a scheduled hearing. As he did so, he noticed a male lying face down on the ground with 2 individuals stood over him. Not knowing what had happened, DC Bagnall stopped to investigate. Alex readily identified that the individual was in medical distress, which required immediate first aid. Despite this, the individual went into cardiac arrest, became unresponsive and stopped breathing. DC Bagnall directed an ambulance be called and then commenced and maintained CPR until several minutes had passed. He successfully revived the individual. However, such was the complication of the medical episode that when he stopped chest compressions, the individual would immediately lose consciousness and breathing would once again stop. Alex maintained CPR with the individual regaining consciousness and then this lapsing repeatedly until an ambulance arrived sometime later. Paramedics set up and used a defibrillator, at which point DC Bagnall was able to rest and hand over to them. The individual was rushed directly to the cardiac care unit at hospital, where he was stabilised and received the urgent medical attention he required. Such is Alex's professionalism. Even after the incident, he continued to Sevenoaks Magistrates Court to discharge his duties there. The individual has since contacted Kent Police to update that he's been discharged from hospital and is well on his way to full recovery. He has little recollection of the events. Doctors are clear that without Alex's decisive actions, this man would surely have died, and Alex undoubtedly saved his life. Down, Alex. The next award is for TDC James Kersey. James Kersey is commended for outstanding investigative leadership, diligence and professionalism following a violent knife attack in Maidstone on the 7th of November 2024. After the victim agreed to meet the suspect on Trinity Way, the suspect produced a large knife and carried out a frenzied assault, inflicting multiple stab wounds to the victim's left shoulder, bicep and armpit. The victim was transported to hospital, and officers promptly secured key exhibits and arrested the suspect on suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm. At the time of the investigation, TDC Kersey led a thorough and methodical inquiry that pursued every reasonable line of inquiry, secured multiple 999 call recordings, including calls from the suspect and witnesses, coordinated extensive house-to-house inquiries to obtain CCTV and Ring doorbell footage from Trinity Way, St Catherine's Road and Ruskin Grove. Crucial footage was located capturing the attack and the movements of both parties before and after the incident. Body-worn video, attending officers preserved significant comments made by the suspect, documented the arrest and recorded the initial account from the victim. TDC Kersey ensured the swift seizure and forensic submission of the knife, clothing and swabs from both the suspect and victim, obtained blood samples and toxicology from the suspect in light of their comments regarding cocaine use, and he then secured medical records from Pembury Hospital detailing the victim's injuries and treatment. Then coordinated digital downloads of mobile devices and managed third-party material requests to strengthen the evidential picture. Through James's leadership, the case advanced as a robust, evidence-led prosecution supported by CCTV, body-worn video, forensics, and the suspect admissions. The suspect was convicted of causing grievous bodily harm and possession of a bladed article and received a 6-year imprisonment sentence. James's meticulous work undoubtedly protected the public, delivered justice for the victim, and exemplifies the highest standard of investigative professionalism. Next award is for Detective Constable Andrew Warner. In July 2024, an incident of serious violence occurred in Maidstone Town Centre, whereby a suspect committed an unprovoked attack on a member of the public, resulting in a serious puncture wound to the top of his head. Responding officers were then subjected to violence from the suspect before he was eventually restrained and arrested. DC Warner assumed responsibility as the officer in charge of the case and ensured that all reasonable lines of inquiry were identified and pursued, including witness identification, CCTV and body-worn video recovery, forensic opportunities, and media strategy. DC Warner provided comprehensive support to the victim, ensuring that statements were taken promptly, medical evidence was secured, and the victim was signposted to appropriate support services. Recognising the trauma experienced by witnesses, Andy arranged for ABE, or Achieving Best Evidence, interviews where appropriate and coordinated with specialist staff to ensure that all vulnerable witnesses received additional support. Due to DC Warner's professional investigation, the suspect was convicted and sentenced to a total of 7 years, comprising 5 years imprisonment with a 2-year extended licence. DC Warner demonstrated exemplary investigative skills, professionalism and commitment to victim care in this complex and high-profile case. The investigation was managed with diligence, transparency and a clear focus on achieving the best possible outcome for victims and the wider community. The successful conviction and extended sentence reflect the quality of the investigation and the dedication of DC Warner. And the final award I have the pleasure of presenting this evening is for PSE Philip Apps. You are here, there he is, Phil. And dare I say it, DC Alex Bagnall, careful now. Okay. Here. So, this one. Operation Fleet is an ongoing investigation into a large-scale, organised chop shop network with a Newton hearing scheduled for 8 April this year. Throughout the investigation, which uncovered over £1 million worth of stolen vehicle parts across several sites, including Whitfield Shaw, Scragged Oak Lane in Maidstone and West Star Farm in Lenham, DC Bagnall and Phil Apps have demonstrated outstanding commitment and skill in the progression of the case towards prosecution. DC Bagnall, as officer in charge of the case, has ensured full compliance with the CPIA and national file standards. Their meticulous evidential work, including securing Companies House documentation, postal exhibits, rental contracts, and has conducted detailed suspect interviews, has been pivotal in establishing control and occupancy at the scenes. DC Bagnall's comprehensive evidential review and close coordination with senior investigating officers and partner agencies has significantly strengthened the case management and forensic strategy, as well as the direction of the prosecution. So much so that the suspects have now made decisions to plead guilty, and the basis of that plea is just being understood. PSE Apps, the forensic vehicle examiner, has conducted systematic examinations of all of the recovered vehicle parts, identifying links between multiple sites and confirming the presence of components from numerous stolen vehicles. His expertise in vehicle identification, cross-scene part matching and forensic assessment has proved crucial evidence of organised dismantling and distribution activity. PSE Apps' work advanced the identification count from an initial 16 stolen vehicles to approximately 25, with a potential final total of around 40, which has directly supported the exhibit strategy, storage decision-making and the disposal planning. PSC Apps and DC Bagnall's combined efforts have been instrumental in developing a robust evidential picture and ensuring the best possible outcome in court. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rick Spicer. I'm the Chief Inspector. I am the District Commander for Sevenoaks and Swanley. I've got 3 awards to give out tonight. The first award is a group award. So if I could ask each of you to stand up collectively, please. Sergeant John Swift. PC Luke Harris. PC Alison Goodman. PC Lee Williams. PC Daisy Tate, PC Sophie Corney, PC Callum Fullerton, PC Khan Cooper, and PC Eleanor Collins. Across August 2025, Sevenoaks Local Policing Team 2 faced a succession of complex, high-risk and resource-intensive incidents. Throughout this period, the team demonstrated exceptional judgment, calmness under pressure, and an unwavering commitment to public safety. Our actions protected victims, secured dangerous offenders, and upheld the highest standards of policing. On the 7th of August 2025, the team responded to a violent disturbance at Sevenoaks Magistrates Court, where multiple Serco staff had been assaulted. Entering a fast-moving and unpredictable situation, officers protected victims, secured the detainee, and completed meticulous evidence capture. Our work supported charges for several serious offences and drew praise from the CPS, Custody Command and Serco leadership. Just days later, on the 17th of August 2025, the team was confronted with an extremely volatile incident involving a male in severe drug-induced psychosis who had suffered significant blood loss and a jump from height. As the male attempted to jump a further 2-storey drop, officers intervened to prevent life-threatening injury and then restrained him, despite spitting, biting and extensive blood contamination, enabling paramedics to administer sedatives safely. The team rotated roles to manage fatigue, protected one another from risk and ensured that the male received urgent medical care. On the 22nd of August 2025, officers rapidly tracked and intercepted a vehicle that was linked to 2 phone store robberies. Using excellent local knowledge, the team anticipated the suspect's route, assessed tactical options, and executed a swift, safe stop despite dangerous driving that posed significant risk to the public. Our coordinated actions resulted in the recovery of stolen property, the seizure of the vehicle, and the arrest of those involved. On the 23rd of August 2025, at the Camp Wildfire Festivals, officers responded to a serious assault involving weapons, suspected Class A drug and violent behaviour. Despite being subjected to physical assault and spitting, officers maintained control, safeguarded colleagues and secured crucial evidence, leading to multiple arrests. Their professionalism, and resilience in those conditions was exemplary. Throughout all of these incidents, Sevenoaks Local Policing Team 2 operated as a cohesive, resilient and highly effective unit. Officers absorbed additional demand, responded to urgent calls while colleagues were tied up in major incidents, and they supported one another emotionally and operationally after these traumatic events. Their ability to balance assertive enforcement with compassion for victims and those in crisis reflects the very best in policing. Across every challenge, the team displayed courage, integrity, professionalism and teamwork. Their collective performance brings credit to themselves, to Sevenoaks District and to Kent Police. Congratulations.
Tom? Eight. Daisy. Yeah. Sophie. Callum. Eleanor. Lovely. Right. Tilt them a little bit more, bit. Perfect. There we go. And thank you.
This next award is for two officers, so please stand PC Charlie Butler and PC Gareth Salter. This Divisional Commander's Award is formally commending PC Salter and PC Butler for their outstanding professionalism, initiative and teamwork in response to the theft of two high-value JCB telehandler diggers from Swanley Park. Upon receiving the report, believed to be involved in the use of a loader truck, both officers immediately mounted a proactive and intelligence-led response. Through rapid ANPR inquiries, they identified a suspect vehicle transporting one of the stolen machines. Although the vehicle bore cloned plates, the officers confirmed its involvement and narrowed its last known location to Dartford. Demonstrating exceptional situational awareness and determination, PC Salter and Butler conducted an area search in Dartford and located the low loader with one of the stolen JCBs still secured on its flatbed. Acting swiftly, they discovered two males in the immediate vicinity who were detained and arrested at the scene. One suspect was found in possession of a key to the truck, which he attempted to discard upon police arrival, a critical moment captured on PC Salter's body-worn video and providing valuable evidential footage. The second suspect attempted to walk away from the scene, but was promptly and professionally detained by PC Butler, preventing further evasion. Further examination established that the truck displayed false front plates, while the rear plate was believed to be genuine. The vehicle was seized for forensic and mechanical examination, materially contributing to the broader investigation. This incident showcases the effective integration of technology, local knowledge, and frontline policing skills. The officer's actions resulted in the recovery of a stolen JCB telehandler valued in the tens of thousands of pounds, the seizure of a cloned recovery vehicle suspected to be used in organised criminal activity, and the arrest of 2 suspects believed to be linked to a wider organised crime group targeting high-value plant machinery. Their decisive intervention disrupted an active criminal operation, safeguarded valuable property, maintained community safety, and secured key evidence that will significantly aid the ongoing investigation.
Always you two together.
Gareth, well done, mate. We're very proud of you. And Sheila, and big smiles. 1, 2. Page.
The last award tonight from myself is to Sahar LV. Appointed on the 15th of April 2024 as the Community Liaison Officer for the Sevenoaks District, Sahar has made an exceptional contribution to policing, community safety and inclusion both locally and across Kent Police. In a short time, Sahar has transformed the district's ability to connect with communities previously hard to reach, building trust and sustainable partnerships that have strengthened intelligence flows, supported safeguarding activity and enhanced crime prevention. Sahar led the development of the Stables Boxing Club programme, a youth crime prevention initiative supported by Safer Kent, engaging vulnerable young people through sport and mentorship. Sahar has forged strong ties with faith organisations, including Sevenoaks Muslim Centre, Maidstone Mosque, Tunbridge Wells Mosque, Tunbridge Mosque, and the Kent Association of Muslim Sittingbourne. Sahar's work with Maidstone Mosque includes arranging CPD sessions for local policing teams, facilitating a chief superintendent visit, and coordinating iftar invitations for Kent Police and partners. This exemplified her ability to bridge operational policing with cultural engagement. Sahar has built relationships with UK HCA to engage with Hindu communities and partnered with Barclays Bank to increase outreach and local visibility. Collaboration with Empathy Action, the Department for Work and Pensions, and Arty Farty Retreat provided art therapy for children, child victims of domestic abuse, demonstrates her commitment to holistic community support. In Swanley, Sahar has engaged local businesses and market traders, worked with ASDA, charity and tech shops, and supported food security initiatives through Swanley Food Hub and Community Cupboard. Sahar has also partnered with Sevenoaks Welcome Refugees, mental health resources at Edenbridge, and Look Ahead to ensure vulnerable individuals are supported and safeguarded. Sahar's contribution extends into education and youth engagement, supporting day surgery liaison at St Mary's Primary School, building safeguarding partnerships with Orchards Academy, supporting gang prevention and diversity training via Restore, Respect, Reform, and strengthening engagement with black communities through We Thrive Together. At force level, Sahar has played a key role in supporting the Race Action Plan, informing force-wide community liaison strategies. Sahar has also supported a victim of sexual abuse through MJ Praise, enabling a courageous performance at the West Division PrAP conference. Characterised by innovation, integrity and inclusivity, Sahar has created a scalable, sustainable model of community liaison. Sahar's legacy will continue to benefit Kent Police. Thank you, Sahar.
I'm Steve Smith. I'm the DCI for Proactive CID on West. I've only got one award to give out this evening, but it represents more or less the whole Proactive CID team and an awful lot of jobs they've been working on throughout 2025. And in fact, they have just come off the back of some very long hours over the last week, having found and charged one of the most prolific burglars in the southeast of England that several forces have been hunting down for the last 3 years. So as well as all the jobs I'm going to mention here tonight, they've been working exceptionally long hours, and every single one of these jobs represents a shift probably in excess of 24 hours. So the following officers would like to stand up, and we'll have a look at how tired and how good you all look. We've got DS Matt Lynch, DS Axel Simmons, DC Celia King, she's here, DC Chloe Chapman, DC Charlie Turner, PC Callum Tuckett, and PC Dawn Kelso. You don't have to feel too sorry for them, because I do authorise their overtime claims as well, so they probably all turned up in Ferraris tonight. So this award recognises the exceptional dedication and teamwork of West Proactive CID throughout 2025. Under the strategic leadership of DI Featherstone and day-to-day supervision of DS Lynch and DS Simmons, the team secured more than 120 arrests, charges and remands for serious violence, burglary and drug supply across West Division. Their professionalism and commitment had a profound impact on community safety. In Operation Darwin, DC Litley led the investigation, supported by DC Acton, PSE Kelso, DC Spackman, DC Bishop and PC Sayer, bringing a violent burglary crew to justice through rapid enforcement and meticulous evidence gathering. In Operation India, DC Litley and DC King dismantled an organised crime group responsible for high-value vehicle thefts across multiple districts, securing convictions through detailed forensic and digital analysis. Operation Python, DC Bishop, supported by PC Heaver and the wider team, achieved swift arrests and significant charges following a terrifying armed home invasion involving a child, ensuring both offenders were brought before the courts. In Operation Cardiff, DC King, with support from DC Acton, undertook a complex investigation into a series of keyless Land Rover thefts using CCTV, ANPR and phone data to secure charges against multiple suspects. Through Operation Yang, DC Chapman worked with the whole team, including DSU, Alpha, PSE Kelso and Intel, and led a cross-border burglary investigation that resulted in the arrest and imprisonment of a high-harm offender, despite significant challenges. During the 2025 County Lines Intensification Weeks, exceptional disruption work was delivered by DC Turner, PC Mills, PC Heaver, PC Tuckett and PC Sayer, supported by PSE Beverley and superb planning from DC Bartolo. Their work led to dozens of remands, the seizure of drugs and weapons, and the closure of 25 active drug lines, including the major Blacks line. Notably, DC Turner built the case that secured the arrests and remands of key suppliers. The dedication, long hours and collective expertise shown by every officer named have exemplified the highest standards of policing throughout 2025. This award is in recognition of their outstanding achievements, leadership and teamwork. The officers of West Proactive CID are hereby awarded the Divisional Commander's Award. Well done, team.
Ollie? Alan? Axel? Okay. And big smiles.
Good evening again. So this award is for Police Staff Employee Debbie Paris. Thank you, Debbie. This nomination celebrates the exceptional dedication, leadership and educational impact of cadet leader Debbie Paris. Her voluntary service has changed the lives of young people across Maidstone. Since joining the Volunteer Police Cadets in 2020 and stepping up as the main lead for the Maidstone unit in 2021, Debbie has consistently gone above and beyond. She plans, prepares and delivers high-quality training and has personally arranged over 50 extracurricular visits that enrich the cadets' understanding of policing, justice and civic responsibility. Debbie's hallmark is building a safe and inclusive and an inspiring environment where cadets grow in confidence, develop essential life skills and embrace community service. These have been adopted as best practice county-wide, evidencing her influence and the trust placed in her approach to this. Equally impactful is the leadership training programme that she's designed for aspiring cadet sergeants and inspectors. This is also now used across the county and it provides a clear pathway for progression and covers leadership behaviours, application writing and interview skills. To date, 44 cadets have successfully graduated through this programme, many stepping into formal roles and responsibilities. Her commitment to inclusivity ensures that no cadet is left behind. She routinely adapts activities to meet complex additional care needs and offers close and consistent support. Debbie enables learning through real-world exposure. She arranges visits and Q&As with judges at Crown Courts, visits to local prisons where cadets meet staff and explore rehabilitation and resettlement programmes. A really wide range of civic events are also attended as well. Debbie's proactive spirit guarantees sessions that are engaging, relevant and memorable. They sound amazing. And leaders report that they are always prepared and confident, and cadets know that they will always learn something new every week. The Maidstone unit now boasts the highest cadet numbers and the best leader and cadet retention rates in Kent. Many of them have joined Kent Police as officers or staff, and others serve the public in different careers while continuing to volunteer. Parents and partners alike consistently praise Debbie for her profound and positive impact. This award is given to you for your sustained excellence, inclusive leadership, and measurable outcomes that strengthen communities and the policing family. You are truly deserving of recognition.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Inspector Mark Stubberfield, so I'm the District Commander for Tunbridge and Malling District and Tunbridge Wells District. So I've got a number of awards to read out and I have the pleasure of doing so. So can the following individuals please stand? PC Saskia Jenner, PSE Dawn Kelso, PC Benedict Cooper, and PC James O'Gorman. This Divisional Commander's Commendation is awarded for professionalism, tenacity and dedication to duty. This certificate is awarded in recognition of the exceptional professionalism, dedication and collaborative effort demonstrated during a number of complex and high-profile investigations conducted under Operation Burns. The investigation began following a proactive stop and search carried out by neighbourhood policing officers, which resulted in the arrest and charging of an individual for Class A drug supply offences. This initial action formed the basis of a major inquiry into an organised drug supply network operating across West Kent. Comprehensive investigation was undertaken, uncovering a sophisticated criminal enterprise responsible for the large-scale distribution of Class A and Class B drugs to hundreds of customers across multiple towns. An in-depth review of phone data was conducted, identifying the individual in control of the drugs line and evidencing the scale, structure and profitability of the operation. Meticulous work carried out by those involved resulted in several evidential documents proving the controller of the drugs line. Officers executed a search warrant that led to the arrest of the principal offender and recovery of critical evidence, including the active drugs line phone. The team worked tirelessly to secure charges and uncover further evidence relating to large-scale drug production and national-level supply. Investigation resulted in the dismantling of a major criminal enterprise, the removal of significant quantities of harmful drugs from circulation, and the imposition of a substantial custodial sentence of the offender. The case subsequently received national media attention due to the scale and the impact. The outstanding work, professionalism and teamwork that demonstrated throughout this investigation reflect great credit on all those involved and has significantly contributed to safeguarding communities and disrupting organised criminal activity. Well done. Next award, can the following officers please stand? Sergeant Charlie Dyson. Some of these already. PC Saskia Jenner. PC Benedict Cooper. PC Alexandra Kerry. And PC James O'Gorman. So this Divisional Commander's Commendation Award is for professionalism, tenacity and dedication to duty. The Tunbridge Neighbourhood Task Force team plays a vital role in supporting the Kent Police Control Strategy, focusing on organised crime, violence against women and girls, knife crime, modern slavery, human trafficking, antisocial behaviour and retail crime. Its visible presence in key town centre locations has strengthened community reassurance and enabled the swift identification and detention of offenders who may otherwise have evaded police attention. Some recent operations exemplify this exceptional work. Operation Spirit centred on locating individuals involved in the supply of Class A drugs. Using their proactive skills, the team identified, supported and secured warrants and conducted thorough searches that uncovered evidence linking suspects to organised drug supply. Importantly, they also removed a large machete from the streets, preventing its potential use in serious violence. Operation Accolade involved targeting a shop selling illegal cigarettes and vapes to children, tackling significant community concern. This highly effective two-day development by the Tunbridge NTF showcased outstanding teamwork, commitment and professionalism. Their swift and decisive action disrupted a serious criminal enterprise and reassured the community that their concerns were being taken seriously and addressed. The team also supported local beat officers during Operation Drift, aimed at tackling regular car meets and vehicle-related nuisance in the Snodland area. A public space protection order has now been secured to provide officers with additional powers, and through partnership working, 57 community protection warnings have been issued, vehicles seized, tours issued, and Section 59 warnings served. This work has significantly reduced antisocial behaviour and harm within the local area. Their proactive approach has resulted in a significant disruption to criminal activity, including the recovery of drugs, weapons, illegal substances, and evidence linked to wider organised networks. Their actions have repeatedly safeguarded vulnerable individuals and prevented further harm. Their efforts have led to a notable reduction in incidents, reduced noise disturbance, improved road safety, and increased public confidence in policing and problem solving within the community. This citation formally acknowledges the team's sustained commitment and exceptional high standards of policing. The continued work makes a tangible and lasting difference to the safety and confidence of the communities they proudly serve. Next award is for two members of the public, and I'm going to call out their names shortly, but on doing so I will read out two certificates for two individual parts that they keenly played within this. So the first person to stand please, Tim Furlaway and Mark Punya. Start with Tim. So this Divisional Commander's Commendation is awarded to Tim Furlaway for bravery and community service. On the 20th of August 2025, Mr Tim Furlaway was walking down Linden Park Road in Tunbridge Wells when he observed a male inside a parked Mercedes shouting and physically confronting an elderly and extremely frail man who was seated in the passenger seat. The offender was hitting the steering wheel and dashboard and grabbing the victim by the collar, attempting to shove him out of the vehicle. Tim ran to the car, opened the passenger door and challenged the offender, continued his aggressive behaviour. Concerned that the offender might attempt to drive off, Tim began helping the victim out of the vehicle. The victim, who suffered with poor eyesight and hearing and was receiving end-of-life care, was left terrified and unable to defend himself. A statement from the victim's family expressed deep gratitude for Tim's intervention, stating, "I don't know what the outcome would have been had he not been there." The suspect was ultimately found after having entered an address without his permission. The owners called Kent Police. He was subsequently arrested and has been charged. Tim demonstrated exceptional courage, sound judgment, and a strong sense of public duty. His quick interventions safeguarded a person at significant personal risk, embodying the highest standards of community responsibility. His actions serve an example of bravery and that deserves formal recognition. Now, Mark Punya. This Divisional Commander's Commendation is awarded to Mark for bravery and community service. 20th of August 2025, while waiting in his car in a public car park in Tunbridge Wells, Mr. Mark Punya witnessed a male aggressively confronting a 17-year-old victim inside a nearby vehicle. The offender forcibly opened the car door, grabbed the victim by the neck, and attempted to pull him out while shouting at him. Mark immediately intervened, placing himself in danger to challenge the offender and physically pull him away from the victim. The offender responded by shoving Mark and attempting to punch him before walking off. The suspect was ultimately found after having entered an address without permission. The owners called Kent Police and he was subsequently arrested and has been charged. Mark's actions were entirely selfless and taken solely to protect a vulnerable young person from harm. Despite being assaulted, he remained calm, composed, and focused on de-escalating a volatile situation. His instinctive willingness to step forward prevented the victim from suffering further injury and ensured the incident did not escalate into something far more serious. Mark demonstrated exceptional courage, sound judgment, and a strong sense of public duty. His quick intervention safeguarded a young person at a significant personal risk, embodying the highest standards of community responsibility. His actions serve as an example of bravery that deserves formal recognition.
Appreciate it. Put it in your phones now. My bit of video, so we stay up. Nice.
And PC Sebastian Houpier and PC Charlie Carsack. The Divisional Commander's Commendation is awarded to these officers for professionalism, tenacity and dedication to duty. On the 29th of October 2025, PC Houpier and PC Carsack attended a report of a female in cardiac arrest on Tunbridge Wells High Street. On arrival, they were faced with a dynamic and time-critical situation in a busy public setting. PC Houpier and PC Carsack immediately worked with CCAM personnel to assist with CPR for approximately 20 minutes. While supporting the ongoing medical effort, they also took steps to manage the immediate scene, ensuring that members of the public were kept safe and that emergency personnel had the space required to work efficiently. In addition to their involvement in the medical response, the officers undertook essential inquiries and investigative actions at the scene to understand how the incident had occurred. PC Houpier and PC Carsack's actions ensured that emergency efforts, scene management and early investigative requirements were all completed promptly and thoroughly. Following was sent into Kent Police, praising the officers from CCAM. I'm writing to commend the actions of the two police officers who assisted me during a public cardiac arrest incident on Wednesday the 29th of October on Tunbridge Wells High Street. I responded off duty from my home and commenced CPR immediately. The officers were on the scene very quickly and provided outstanding support throughout the resuscitation efforts in what was an exceptionally busy public environment. PC Houpier and PC Carsack assisted in CPR, maintaining scene safety and preserving the patient's dignity, including ensuring privacy.
leadership team are really proud. Family and friends, thank you. You support our staff, and without your support, they wouldn't be able to do what they do. So thank you very much. A couple of other thank yous. Libby's gone, run off. But these events don't come together without a lot of hard work. So obviously Dan has been tech man tonight, and Libby, the staff officer, has created the PowerPoint that you've all seen, which has been a really nice touch with some good body-worn footage for you all to view tonight. And then a massive thank you to our secretary support in Amy, who's trying to hide in the corner, and Lauren, who without all of this wouldn't be possible. A lot of work by them in creating and helping us write the citations, get them framed, get them signed. So just a little token of thanks from us, Lauren. Amy, you will have to come out from your hiding spaces just to pass on our thanks to you. And I'll leave you with the ACC. He said he had a couple of hours talking to do, but
well, I've received my instructions from Mom Paxton, and I would not dare disobey that, so I won't keep you long. But, ladies and gents, it falls to me to close what's been an uplifting evening with accounts of courage and compassion and resilience and an obvious dedication to public service, which is pretty inspiring stuff. Every story we've heard tonight is a reminder of the work that's done day in, day out, often quietly and without fuss, often under a great deal of pressure by the remarkable people who make up policing by you. We've heard accounts of lives saved in moments of crisis, superb investigation, which has tackled most dangerous and prolific criminals. We've heard marvellous work from members of the public and others in the community, which builds trust in policing. In short, all the characteristics which exemplify all that's good about policing. So for all our awards recipients and the teams represented here tonight, many congratulations and well done, and thank you for what you do, the impact that you have, and for sure you're
you.